Okay, color theory. So what is color theory? Color theory is understanding of color, basically. Okay, so how do we understand color? Color comes as a lot. Okay, if you ever wondered how designers and artists find the perfect color combinations, it's because they use color theory. Okay, and color theory is a practical combination of art and science that is used to determine what colors look good together. Okay, the color wheel was invented in 1666 by Isaac Newton, who mapped the color spectrum onto a circle, and ever since we've been using that circle to achieve that. Okay, now there are two types of colors on the colors of the color wheel. So you see RYB, that is red, yellow, blue color, and it's typically used by artists, and it helps with combining paint colors together. And then there's also RGB, and RGB is red, green, and blue color wheel, which designers use online usually. Okay, as it refers to mixing lights. Okay, so for graphic design on PC, we are using RGB color wheel. Okay, now these color have different different ways of looking at it. We have complementary colors. Okay, so what are complementary colors? Complementary colors are colors. By the way, this is your color wheel. Okay, this is the color wheel. Okay, where you have, it's made up of these three components: hue, saturation, luminance. Hue, saturation, and luminance. Where hue is the different pigments of color. In this one, we are not looking at pigment. We are looking at colors of light, and so we are looking at how the different values, okay, of the color. With saturation, you are looking at how saturated, how red can it get, okay, how black can it get. Saturation ranges from black to how colorful that image can get, or that color can get. So if I pick green, very desaturated green will be black, and very saturated green will be very green. And then we have luminance. Okay, you realize I said if I pick green, so if sorry, so if I pick the color green, this green, I can then get dark green to very green. I can get light green sorry, I can get light green to very light green. Okay, so if I pick even blue, okay, with very saturated blue, I can get very light blue. That should be around here. Okay, then I can get desaturated blue, and that is represented by this round structure. This round structure around it is controlling the saturation. Okay, it's controlling the luminance. Okay, but this portion is controlling the saturation. Okay, so if you come towards here, you get more saturated blue. You go inside, you get desaturated blues. Okay, with the luminance, you're looking at how light a shade can the color get. Okay, that's what you're looking at for luminance. Now with this in mind, if you pick any color, you would get, let me, okay, so you can pick so you can pick a color. Okay, you can pick any color. So I can pick a color. How do I pick a color? Let's see. So I have this color. Okay. When I go here down, it becomes more saturated. So you see it becomes more saturated. If I come low, it becomes desaturated. Okay, so saturation is along the wheel, whilst the brightness of it is here. So the luminance, the highest point of luminance is white, okay, and the darkest point is black. Okay, now I can get very high luminance. Blue will be close to white. Okay, at this point, if I change the hue, so if I have, for instance, if I have this, I can have, let's say, red, and a very light red would be white, very dark red would be black. Okay, it will be black like this. But if I come here, I can just decide to change the value of the luminance alone. That's how bright or dark faint the color becomes. So I can get a rich red over here. Okay, but once I start going up the luminance, it looks faded. Okay, and the hue is being controlled as you move in the color wheel. Okay, so that's how we select colors basically. So just know that if your color is too bright, this is the colors. So this is a very bright color. What you can do sometimes is to just tone it down a bit, tone the luminance down. Okay, when you tone the luminance down, you have this, and sometimes you can also tone down the saturation of it. So you can have very lightly saturated. Okay, then it can either be high luminance or you can have a darker green. Okay, but it's desaturated, right? Also, we'll be looking at the color theory, where color theory is. You have complementary, where you have two directly opposing points of the color wheel. So once I pick the color green, I'm seeing that green's complementary color is purple, blue's complementary color is yellow. It's over here. This should be teal. Okay, this should be teal. Where is teal? This should be teal. Okay, teal is somewhere here. This. So there we have blue and yellow. We have red and green. Okay, then we have, let's see, we also have this. So you can pick any of these colors when you want to work on designs. Okay, that's complementary, just two directly opposites. What's monochromatic colors? Monochromatic color is a color where it's just one. So you pick with monochrome with monochromatic color, we are looking at picking a color where you can have, let's say, 3 shades, tones and tints of one base color. So you can have different shades. Okay, by the shades you're looking at the different luminance of the color or the tone and the tint of it as well. So it's just basically alternating between the luminance of a certain color. So I pick red, the luminance of it will give me the luminance, and the saturation will give me my monochromatic color. Okay, so I can get red, I can get this, and I can get this dark color, and that should give me the color theory I'm using for my design. That's monochromatic. What about analogous? Analogous means that you pick colors which are side by side on the color wheel. Okay, and this combination is versatile. It can be overwhelming, but it's meant to just make everything seem. It's usually for corporate institutions. Okay, so corporate institutions can do analogous colors. All right, and so this is an example of the analogous colors. We have this blue here, we have this one here, we have this. Why? Because once you pick this color, this blue here, you have this which is also close to it, and you have this which is also closer to it. It's like picking colors within a color spectrum. So blue, so I can get very bright blue, something like this blue tone down. I can get like cyans also. I can pick red and pick red, pick orange, pick yellow. Okay, now this is the design class. This is not class 1. Okay, where you are just picking red, yellow, green. So don't be picking these colors. Come in the middle. Okay, so you pick this, you pick that, and you pick this. Okay, you can pick this, you can pick this, and you can pick that, and that should give you an analogous color scheme that you can use for the flyers. Okay, next one is triadic. So triadic is evenly spaced on the color row. You can have red, and you have this one, and you have here. Okay, how do I get this? You come to Canva color row and just select. So I can pick this. Found lighter tones. I can go for lighter tones. So I have my triadic color scheme. So I can have this yellowish tone, this bluish color, and I can have this. Okay, and the reason why we are using these things is that you can decide, okay, I want to pick, let's say a band has a color. So if you look at our Pinterest, okay, you realize that the MSc, that is Medical Students Association, their color is basically red. Okay, their color is red. So how do I make use of the red color? I just come to here. I can come to, let's say I want to use employ triadic color. I can pick red. Okay, then when I pick red, I can decide to tone it down a bit. So I pick my red. I pick, let's see, it actually like this. Then I can also change in each of the individual characteristics of this. Okay, by either toning it down a bit, desaturating it a bit, like this. So I can pick red, but I've gotten from my triadic skill, I've gotten these colors. And I can decide to go with red, ash, and blue for any of their flyers, and it should match. Okay, I can decide to also pick, let's say I have triadic, and I can decide to pick these colors. Okay, triadic skills, it will usually give you vibrant things, or usually give you like different colors, but then once you blend them well, you get something nice. Okay, so once you get this, the colors may be too much. All you can do is increase the luminance or reduce the luminance, and you can get something nice. Okay, so that's triadic. What of tetradic? So we have 4 colors. Okay, and note that the more colors that you have on your the more colors that you have, the more it becomes difficult to be blending them. Okay, so you'd want to relax and start with complementary colors as much as possible. So let's see, we can pick the tetradic colors, and we have this, and then we decide to go with, let's say, this. How will I use the tetradic color scheme? So let's come back to our Pinterest here. So I can pick this design. Oops. Sorry about that. It seems it has vanished. So I can pick for instance the boot camp. Okay, so I can pick the boot camp flyer over here, this one here. Now, what color scheme is this? So when I was making this flyer, I initially didn't get this color theme. I started with, the picture was yellow, so I was going to use yellow, but I was having green. I was thinking of brown, but what I decided to do was just try and merge different colors to see how it makes sense. So let's use the color wheel to determine which color would have been best. So we had yellow. Okay, we had yellow, some golden yellow from this. So that's what we're having. So this gold yellow color. So how do I get the gold yellow color? It's in between yellow and orange. Okay, so I think I've gotten that here. Then there's this one says that if I'm using tetradic colors, I should go with purple. And so you see I decided to use purple. Okay, so I have purple over here. Then what else do I need? I need blue, I need green. Okay, so the question is there blue, is there green over here? No, there's no blue, there's no green. What's here? There's cyan here. So the cyan that is here will be between this and that. Okay, which means that for now I'll copy this. I'm copying this color because this color I know that is going to be consistent with my with the color theory I want to go with. So I'll choose Tetradic and let's see what I have here. So once I choose Tetradic, you see a Triadic. Okay, you will see that I actually used a Triadic scale. Okay, but when I was doing the design, I didn't come and check here. But if to actually make it easier, it would have been the best. The best thing would have been me coming over here, selecting my yellow, and just picking any of these colors. And you realize that we have this color here, and we have this color here. Okay, and that was easily gotten using our Triadic skill. Okay, so that's how you go about using color theory in your designs. All right, it makes it easier this way. What if I wanted to add an extra color? What if I wanted to add on to the colors? So if I had to add on to the color, the question is what color would it be? So let's see. 4 colors. Let me go with my Tetradic skill. So I have my purple still available. I will tweak this one, shift the hue a bit here. Okay, I'll shift the hue a bit here. The last color we had was green. Okay, which means that if I add green to this flyer, I should be okay. Alright, I should be okay. So I can decide to try that out. I can decide to try and say, okay, let me add green and see would it be fine or not. Okay, then I'll come to my design. Okay, and come and add the green to see if perhaps it will be okay. Okay, let's see. I wanted to add it, but it seems it will be challenging, so I'll just pause adding it for now. But okay, so we have okay, so I have something like this. Okay, so if I had to add something, the Tetradic skill says I should add green. Okay, so I can start by perhaps changing this one to green. So let's see. I'll change the enroll today to green instead. So I'll change enroll today to green. Okay, and that is the Tetradic skill. This is what it says we should do. Okay, and yes, the color isn't bad too at all. Okay, the color isn't bad. Sometimes when you are done with your designs, what you want to do is what I usually do is that I try and change the colors. Okay, so stick with one of the color theory things and then try changing the colors to see something which is more desirable. So if I was to change the colors, probably these are some of the other colors I may be getting. Either any of these shapes could have been the results instead. Okay, so sometimes it's good. What I do is that I start by going with colors that I can easily match without thinking much. Okay, so I start by going with colors that I can easily match. So I can start with, usually I'll start with my complementary colors. Okay, so I'll do probably blue and yellow, match the blue and yellow things together, and then I can decide to take it up from there and add more colors. Okay, so that's basically how you use your color theory. Okay, all right, so now let's move on. Today's lessons are quite lengthy, so just bear with us. Okay, so that's about color theory. We've spoken about complementary colors, monochromatic colors, analogous, triadic, tetradic. Warm colors being very similar to analogous colors, okay, but it's more within the oranges and yellows. And we have cool colors. By cool colors, we have the blues, okay. That's the other side of the color wheel. Then we've spoken about the hue, saturation, and luminance, and how it makes up the various variations of colors. Okay. Next is typography. Okay, typography.